need to get somebody on, get a few people on. I need my tripod. Brown. Okay, I don't know who that person is. I'm gonna wait a few minutes because I don't want to be here all night. I'm gonna get these kids to bed. I'm always doing this type of head wrap. But good evening, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry about the shaky hand. I can't find my tripod. But I hope everyone has had a good day today. I personally had a very good day, very busy day today. I'm still homeschooling, so I have about 8 children that I'm homeschooling. We switching it up today, so we only did 3 subjects today, and then tomorrow we do 3 subjects, and switch it up like that. But I've been wanting to do a live about this topic because it's been haunting me, and it's something that I want to master, and it's something that I want to perfect in my life. And I'm at the point in my life where there is no turning back. I'm not getting any younger, so I have to be able to master this. And it's about healing from past hurt. We've all been through hurt at one point in our life. I don't know an adult that has not have experienced any type of emotional pain. But the most important thing about hurt and pain is what you do with that hurt, what you do with that pain to move forward. Okay, so I want to talk about that. And when I thought about the topic today, because I did promise everyone that I was going to start doing more videos to add to my YouTube channel, I thought about healing because that's something that I too have to master. Oops, I don't know what happened. But I started to write down what I wanted to say because I didn't want to I didn't want to leave anything out, so I end up with 4 pages. So if I'm looking down, that's because I'm reading from my notebook, so I can know exactly what I remember to say to you guys. But so I want to talk about healing from past hurt, healing from what folks have done to you, because like I said, we've all been through that, but it's what you do with that hurt and pain is more important. All right. You can't blame others for the hurt. I know it sounds crazy, because blaming others for our hurt is what most of us start off doing. When you get that initial hurt and pain, you tend to blame others, because when someone has wronged us, we want to get revenge. We want to step to that person. We want to confront that person. We want that person to apologize. But the problem with that is it gives them way too much power. It gives them way too much power, thus leaving you powerless. So you want to be careful with putting off the blame. Even though you know deep down in your heart that this person is to blame, you don't want to own that. You don't want to put that blame on that person, because it is your responsibility. It is your choice to heal from it. Okay, so be careful when blaming others. So then you think about confronting that person. So the problem with confronting a person, whether it be your boss, your spouse, your friend, your sister, your children, some people want to confront their parents. The problem with that is you don't know who's confrontable or not. You don't know who's going to spaz back. You don't know who's going to take ownership. So you want to be careful with wanting to confront the person who's done you hurt, okay? Because you don't know what their response is going to be. And not everybody's empathetic. So with me saying that is, if you confront the person that's hurt you, you got to also keep in mind that that person can lash back and be like, you can get an unexpected response like, no, I didn't do that. Nope, that's not what happened. And then you have a debate going back and forth. Or you could get something worse, and that person could be like, and so yeah, I did that, and what you want, to fight? And then now you pissed off. Now you're pissed off, you're angry, on top of the hurt that they did to you, and you have no resolution at all. There's not going to be a resolution, especially for those people that are not confrontable. So be careful with that. You want to be careful with wanting to confront the person. And I know that's what most of us want to do at that point in time, but it's not always a good idea. I'm saying that, with saying all of this, your feelings are legitimate, but at some point you have to make a conscious effort to move on and to move forward. Because nursing your grievances forever and definitely is a bad habit that all of us have done. I've done it. Nursing it, wanting to stay sad, wanting to be miserable is something that we've all done in our life. So you want to be careful with nursing those grievances. Okay, it's important to make a conscious effort and a strong effort to heal and move on, because if not, you will relive that pain over and over again in your mind, and it's not beneficial to you. It wouldn't be helpful to you at all. It would be beneficial to learn to express the pain, the hurt that made you feel how you feel, whether it's directly to the person or through venting to a friend. And when venting to a friend is getting it off your chest, not talking bad about that person, not bringing up what happened to that person in their life, thus making that person evil. So you don't want to do evil for evil. Okay, that's something you don't want to do. If you want to vent, you can vent. Try to avoid mentioning names so that you don't make that person biased. Okay, you can also do something like journal writing. Write it in a journal. I've never perfected journal writing, but I do know people who have perfected that, and that always helped them out. My arm is getting tired. I don't have my tripod, but I do know people who have perfected journal writing. So if that works for you, then go ahead and try that. I would even suggest writing a letter to that person, expressing your feelings. If you want to yell in writing, use exclamation points. Some people use profanity. Go ahead and try that. Put it in a letter, put it in an envelope, write out however you're feeling, but don't send it to that person. Burn it. Just burn it. After you're done writing and after you're done venting, however you want to vent, just burn the letter. Don't send it to that person. It helps you heal better. I'm not saying forget about what happened. I'm not saying your feelings aren't legitimate, as I said it before, but it just helps you with the healing process. Again, I'm going to keep saying this over and over throughout my video. Make a strong effort to let it go and move forward. Things don't disappear on their own. Things just don't disappear on their own. Sometimes we may say, well, time will help. Yeah, but you have to put forth the work in order for that time to help you heal. Okay? It's up to you to heal. Stop giving others the power for your healing process. This is your healing process. Stop giving others the power in order for you to heal. Stop doing that. It doesn't make sense. It's not healthy. So just make sure that you know how you heal best. Use those methods and try your best to heal that way. Because if you don't make the conscious choice up front, you could end up self-sabotaging any effort to move on from this past hurt. Any effort that you have in your mind and in your life, you can end up self-sabotaging yourself. Okay, stop reliving the past. Stop sitting down thinking about it detail for detail, because it doesn't help. Stop going over these details and incidents in your head. It is empowering that person who's hurt you. Okay, knowing in your mind that it's your choice to either hold on to that pain or to relive a future life without it. It is your choice. It is up to you. Oh gosh, it's crazy. It's hitting home because I've experienced a lot of hurt in my life, and I never actually tried to heal. I blamed people. Um, I let it fester inside of me, turn to anger and hate, and it didn't help. I still hurt from it to this day. But from this point on, I'm going to learn to let go. I'm going to learn to heal myself because it's for my benefit. It's for my children's benefit. And I've had to realize that the only way, thank you, Peggy. The only way that you can accept new life, new joy, new happiness in your life is that you have to make room for it. You have to make room for it. And it's hard. It's hard. It's hard. A lot of people say, well, you don't know what this person did to me. You don't know this hurt really bad. This person did this, person did that. Trust me, I know. I've been there. I've been there. But it is up to me to make room in my mind, in my heart, in my life. I have to make room and make space for new life, new happiness, new joy, because that is just going to take up all the space in my life. And I have children. I can't go on. I can't go on like that. Hey, bro. If your heart is filled with pain and hurt, how can you be open to anything new in life? So you have to make the conscious effort to remove it. It's up to you. You have to remove it. You have to make space in your life for new happiness, new love, new life, new joy. Whatever that brings you peace, you have to make space for it. And then it's up to you. It is not up to anyone else. You cannot put that ball in anyone else's court or hand to make you happy. Okay, it is up to you. What else did I write here? Okay, so you have to focus on the here and now. Definitely focus on the here and now. Then you'll have less time thinking about the past. If you focus on the here and the now and in the future, you'll have less time thinking about the past. But you have to make a strong effort. You have to make a strong effort when doing that. Because when the past pain starts to creep up in your mind and it starts to take over that happiness, the first thing you should do is acknowledge it, because it is a part of you. Your past is a part of you. Acknowledge it. Then gently say to yourself, it's okay. Talk to yourself. It's okay to talk to yourself. It's not crazy to talk to yourself. I do it all the time. And my sister Ro, I would be talking to myself and I start talking out loud, and then Ro's like, who are you talking to? I'm like, well, I'm talking to myself. She's like, oh gosh, let me go outside. But you gotta do that sometimes. You have to talk to yourself sometimes. It's healing. That is a part of healing. Believe it or not, it's not crazy. Don't make people tell you that talking to yourself is crazy. It's not. They say don't answer yourself, but how else are you gonna get the answer if you don't answer yourself? I answer myself all the time, and I don't think I'm crazy. But when that past pain creeps into your mind, you have to acknowledge it. It's best to acknowledge it. And you tell yourself it's okay. This is in the past and it happened in the past. But now I'm focusing on the now. I'm focusing on the now. I'm focusing on my present moment. And it goes away. I've tried it. And it would be beneficial if you guys try it again. Let me see who's on the live. Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Naima, I haven't seen you in a minute, sis. How are you? But before I continue on, I have a few more things I want to say. But before I continue on, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. And, take heed to what I've said. It may not apply to everybody, but I know somebody would take this wisdom and use it and apply it to their everyday life. Stop telling yourself that you are the forever victim. Okay? Don't own that title. Okay? Don't be the forever victim of this person's horrible actions to you, because it doesn't make sense at the end of the day. It's not going to help you heal. Okay? You can't undo the past. You can only strive to make today the best day of your life. Okay? So remember that you can't fix the past. You can't undo it. You can't go back, because if that was possible, then we all do it, right? We'll all go back and try to fix the past, or fix what happened, or damn, if I could do it over again. You can't. Your job is to move forward. Your job is to let it go. I think that's the only thing I can say about that, is to let it go. Because sometimes being a victim, it feels good. Most time it feels good to be a victim. You know, it feels like it's just you against the world. But it may sound harsh what I'm about to say. The world don't care. You think the world care? The world don't care that you're still hurt. Talia, stop calling me. The world don't care at all that you're still hurt. So it's up to you, you know. And yes, your feelings matter, and yes, they are important. But don't confuse that feelings to make it override your happiness. Don't confuse you feeling some type of way and you feeling hurt. It's okay to feel hurt, but don't allow it to override your happiness, okay? Your feelings is just a part of this complex world we call life. And things happen in life. But if we learn to deal with those things that happen in life, it'll make our life so much better. Rowie, if you can hear me, text my daughter and tell her to stop calling me, please. You know, your life shouldn't be defined by your pain at all, because your life is so much worth that. You know, you have people in your life like your spouse, you have, you know, loved ones, your parents, your children, that deserves you happy. They don't deserve to see you walking around sad and angry and miserable all the time. You know, it's not healthy. It adds to your daily stress. It inhibits our ability to focus, to study, get closer to God, to love. It just destroys you, and it just destroys everybody around you. And it reminds me of this Facebook post that I saw as a meme. It says something like, bleeding on others that didn't cut you. That is a deep post. That is a deep meme, because you tend to lash out on everybody, and it's only because you've experienced so much hurt and you've never healed properly. So you have to make sure that you find what makes you happy. You have to make sure you find what makes you heal properly and do that, because you don't want to take it out on your loved ones around you. You know, it definitely adds stress to your life and to your family, and it also impacts every other relationship that you have, whether it be a sistership, a brotherhoodship, a relationship with your parents, your children. It destroys it. You know, also, the stress adds numbers to your age. You tend to look older than you are. You could be 36 years old and you look 56. You know, 19 and you start to look 25. You know, it adds numbers to your age. And I'm speaking from females. We don't want to look older than we are. So stress, it breaks you down. And it not only breaks you down, it opens the doors for sickness and illnesses. And you'll have a disease that just crept up in you, and you're wondering where this came from, and it came from stress. Stress breaks down internal organs. You need to read up on it, okay? You need to read up on stress and how it damages and weakens your immune system. And when you have a weak immune system, you open the door for any type of illness, any type of disease, any type of sickness. So you got to try your best not to harbor the anger, the hurt, the pain, and the stress. You know, every day you choose to hold on to that pain is another day wasted to be happy. Okay? And everybody around you have to live with that decision and suffer its consequences. So especially if you have children, you have a husband or wife, you got to be careful with that, because you tend to lose your spouse. You tend to lose your children after a while, because, you know, kids talk. Kids see their parents, whether it be mom or dad, angry all the time. And then you ask yourself, well, dang, why is mom angry? Why is daddy angry? Why is Abba or Ima always angry? I just asked her for a cookie, or I just asked for some water and she yelled at me. Or you have a husband or a wife, and, you know, you touch your wife and she don't want to be touched, or you go kiss your husband, he don't want to be touched. That's because you're still hurt and you haven't healed. You got to make that conscious effort to heal. I can't express it enough. You know, do something different daily to heal, and welcome back happiness into your life, because I know at some point you were happy. At some point I was extremely happy. But with the hurt that I've endured in my life, I have allowed it to overtake me. So, but I'm learning now. I'm learning to let it go. And I'm not going to keep you guys. I just have a few more things to say. But I'm happy that you guys tuning in. I'm not telling you to forget what another person did to you. I'm not telling you to forget bad behavior or bad past, but everybody deserves forgiveness. Um, sometimes we get stuck in our pain and stubbornness to move on because it feels so good to mope. It feels so good to wallow. It feels so good to eat tubs of ice cream, chocolate, sit down, cry. It feels good. It does. I've experienced it. It feels good to do that. But and then doing that, wallowing and sulking, forgiveness is the last thing on your mind, because you're like, man, F that, I ain't forgiving that person, I'm not forgiving that person. Nah, they should feel what I feel. There you go, giving them that power again. So what I'm saying is, I don't want you to get it twisted. I'm not saying that forgiveness is agreeing with what that person did. I'm saying don't agree, just make sure you keep in mind to move on and to move forward. Forgiveness is definitely not a sign of weakness. It's not a sign of weakness at all. It's a sign of progression. Instead, it's saying to do yourself that favor, that you want to move on and move forward in life and welcome back joy back into it. And I can't do that fully until I let this go hurt. You have to tell yourself that. I cannot move on with my life or move forward. Talia, stop calling me. So all of that, I say that to say, if we remember that you yourself have done somebody hurt and you want that person to forgive you, you gotta learn to forgive as well. I'm not saying go back and be that person's best friend, that person, loved one, or whomever done hurt to you, but you gotta have some type of forgiveness in your heart, because at the end of the day, we have a higher power that we go to and ask for forgiveness all the time. Some of us fast once a year. Some of us fast once a month. So if you can't forgive somebody for what they've done to you, how dare you get on your knees and ask the Almighty King for forgiveness? And in asking for forgiveness, I'm not saying to forget what that person did to you. I'm not saying to go ahead and be that person's best friend. What I'm saying is, remember that you asked the Creator for forgiveness. Can somebody tell Talia to stop calling me? I'm almost done. She's interrupting my live. So remember, if we crowd our brains and our lives with hurt and feelings, then there's little room for anything else positive in life. It's a choice that you make to continue to feel the hurt rather than welcoming joy back into your life. So I say that to say, remember, she keeps calling me. Somebody tell her to stop calling me. Okay, I gotta go because apparently she needs me. But thank you guys for tuning in, and I really appreciate those of you who came in. I'm glad that nobody really asked any questions. Shalom, everybody. But thank you so much for tuning in to my live. I will save this video and upload it to my YouTube channel. Two things. I want to say something before I forget. I have my business. My website is up, so it's crowns-tees.myshopify.com. I am wearing one of my hoodies, Respect the Crown. I'm always walking around with my head wrapped, and it's very powerful for a woman, I think. In my opinion, to walk around with a beautiful crown, it makes a bold statement. So here I have these Respect the Crown. What's this? Oh gosh, that's when you have kids. This Respect the Crown hoodie. You can get it in short sleeve t-shirts, tank tops, on anything. Respect the Crown. This is just one of many designs that I have on my website. My website again is crowns-tees.myshopify.com. Also, I have a new YouTube channel. It's called Underneath the Crown. For those of you who have YouTube, go ahead to my YouTube channel. It's called Underneath the Crown. I'm gonna post that and my website in the comments. So for those of you who want to check me out, go ahead. It's not that many videos on there because I just started. So, but go ahead and check me out. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share the video. And stay tuned for many more videos. I am going to do a new recipe tomorrow using shiitake mushrooms. So look forward for that. And again, thank you again for tuning in. And I hope you guys have a wonderful evening.